Stepping off the plane, it's so easy to breathe again. Life in the big city has finally took its toll. And it's been so long, but I'm finally home and walk better place to rest my weary bones than on this beautiful island where there's so much to see. Every corner I turn, there's something there to remind me of my beautiful nation and what it means to me. Not a thing out of place, that's what's special about it. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's a sound that's everlasting, and there's no end in sight, just the beginning of our lives. Sweet Grenada, this is home, yes. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's a sound that's everlasting, and there's no end in sight, just the beginning of our lives. Sweet Grenada, this is home, home, home. Sweet Grenada, yeah, this is home.
Yes, I, whoa, yo, look at people. We want to say welcome, Grenada, Carriacou, Petite Martinique, and the rest of the world. Welcome to another Mikey Life program, people. I am your host, Mikey Hutchinson. And listen, this is no ordinary news. This is news discussed, not told. We don't have a horse in the race. So we give you news that is undiluted, uninfluenced, unbiased. No, all ya, a real thing happening in the place. So let's tell all ya what's making the headline news tonight. We want to big up all the sponsors of the program. Without the sponsors, the program can go on. You understand? Yeah. You have to put battery in the camera. Anyway, people, more valve regulations. We're going to be telling you about that. The areas that are going to be affected in terms of your water supply. So stay tuned for that. As well, people, St. Andrew Methodist School reopened. Some parents concerned. We have a little memo that we have to share with you from a concerned parent. Farm supervisors required. Life-changing opportunity in the United States for you. We will tell all you about that in a moment. Tragic accident claims the lives of 2 young males in St. Lucia. Earlier as well. Honey trap killer who led her boyfriend 16 to death is freed and deported to Trinidad and Tobago. We'll tell you what happened. You know what I mean? Fire services concerned about non-cooperative motorists. I never see that yet. We go share that with you. But that's in St. Lucia too. But you need to know what's going on in the place. We go show all you. And we go compare that to Grenada. We go talk about it. We have real thing to tell all you. And things I ain't talk about now in the headlines, we go talk about it on the program. So what I want you to do for me is to share the program. Share the thing. For those of you who are on Facebook, share the business. For those of you who are on WPG10, you can't share nothing, but you could call somebody and tell them, well, yo, Mikey lifestyle. All the people in West Hall Point, I want to big up all here. I want to big up Pat and the rest of the people in West Hall Point. I mean people. And I want to big up Kenwick and the construction workers. We have to big up all here. Anyway, all here, we're coming back in a moment. Remember, the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of Duty Free Caribbean and Colombian Emirates International. All the go and drink a coke and eat some crick sanding. Because when you hear we come back, it's real news in all the Lily Lolo.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
We all look forward to our retirement, enjoying our golden years with family, friends, and loved ones. The best way to secure an income during retirement is through investments, savings, and an NIS pension. Thanks to improvements in healthcare, Grenadians are living longer, healthier lives. These years also need to be covered by a pension to guarantee a comfortable life. Today you contribute 9% and retire at age 60, but as benefit expenses continue to rise and with longer lifespans, the NIS won't be able to provide pensions and other social security benefits at this rate. To continue providing benefits, the NIS will need to increase the contribution rate from 9% to 11%, a 2% overall increase shared between you and your employer. The retirement age will gradually increase from 60 to 65 over an extended period. Let's put this into perspective. If you earn $1,500 today, your contribution is $60 and your employer pays $75. With a 2% increase shared between you and your employer, you'll now pay $75 and your employer will pay $90. That's only a $15 increase. These are the types of social security changes being made worldwide. In fact, Grenada has one of the lowest pension age and contribution rate in the region. With these small changes, you'll be able to continue enjoying all social security benefits and retire between age 60 and 65 with the guarantee of a pension from the NIS. If these adjustments aren't made now, then by 2035, the NIS will need to increase your contribution rate to 22.5%. So, what can you do? Support the incremental changes and continue with the solidarity of the Grenadian people. A little change today for a convenient, happy future.
The excitement builds for the Grenada Music Festival 2019. 3 nights of pulsating live music and great food. The festival kicks off on Friday, June 7th with Rhythm and Soul featuring Freddie Jackson, Carrie Hilson, Eddie Bullen, Jefferson Ramirez and the Solid Band, and more. Saturday is Reggae Fest with performances by Busy Signal, Maxi Priest, Kamani Marley, and a special surprise guest. The festival climaxes on Sunday, June 9th with Soca Fusion featuring the All-Stars with Blacks and Teddyson John, Patrice Roberts, Was Ways, and many more. General admission Friday and Saturday $80. Sunday you pay only $60. Limited early bird, season pass, and VIP tickets now available at gotofet.com. It's the most talked about event of the year, GMF 2019. June 7th to 9th. Get your tickets today.
To keep it fresh, chill it. To get it hot, cook it. To keep it clean, wash it. Do all that and more with top brand appliances from Quartz. Try that recipe on a new stove. Keep those fruit bowls chilled in the latest design fridge. Get laundry done with a brand new washer and dryer combo. Purchase any Whirlpool product and get a chance to win $8,000. Shop with Quartz Ready Finance and pay nothing until June. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
And of course, we are always bringing value home. Earlier, we're ready to tell you what's making the news. And for the people who are viewing the program for the first time, we'd like to welcome you. Those of you who are on YouTube, those of you who are on Facebook and cable TV, WPG10, channels 10 and 11. Now, the first thing that we have to tell all you, notice, is going out to the general public and the media that the weekly post-cabinet briefing is going to be held, that is tomorrow at the Ministry of Works conference room commencing at 10 a.m. Now, the briefing will be facilitated by Honorable Delma Thomas, Minister for Social Development, Housing and Community Empowerment. All right, so the media, all they have to go and set up the business. All right, we've been hearing a lot of talk about the climate smart city, boy. So they're going to be having a climate smart expo. So we have to tell all you about the business. Now, the expo will take place on Friday, May 17th from 12 noon to 9 p.m. and that will be in front of the financial complex on the Portofino, end of the Carenage. It includes a visual expo of the challenges of climate change and the potential solutions. And then from 4 p.m., the event evolves into a sustainability festival, which includes food and beverage and live performances. This project is being undertaken by the Ministry of Climate Resilience, Environment, Forestry, Fisheries, Disaster Risk Management and Information. It is at a very preliminary stage, and the pre-feasibility study is being financed by the Green Climate Fund, implemented by UNOPS and executed by New York University. Now, Minister Simon Steele said that this project aims to make St. George's the Caribbean's first climate smart capital city, and it is hoped that a new hub for sustainable industries and culture is going to be in the region. The expo is part of an agreed pathway with the Green Climate Fund for soliciting community, private sector and public engagement on the ideas for a new St. George's that preserves the unique characteristics or characters of St. George's while making the climate smart and climate smart and climate resilient. All right. So let's see what this whole plan is about. We hear a lot about this climate this and the climate that and the business this and the business that. So we go see what it's all about. So they're having this expo. I think you all should go check it out. You know, familiarize yourself with the whole business. What we are going to do is we are going to put the information on the website so that at least you can have a better appreciation for the whole business. All right, folks. So yes, that's happening this Friday. All right, by the Portofino. Long time I hear the word Portofino by. By the financial complex in that area there. So good. All right, so the next thing that we have to tell all you about on the program is that the National Water and Sewage Authority, they are again facilitating the TMI Show Community College TAMCC. We have a picture of some very aspiring young men, you understand, and women, you understand, in the business. So let's show you a picture. You want to see themselves on the program, you understand. So here they are on the program. You know, and so what they are saying is that they are providing internship training for 10 students in the areas of mechanic and pipe fitting throughout the parishes. Now, the 10 students met with representatives of the Human Resource and Transmission and Distribution departments on Monday morning prior to taking up their positions on Tuesday, May 14th. So that will be tomorrow. So they know that they did a little ground check and thing. Now, the trainees, they will be with the NAWASA team for a period of 6 weeks. You understand? I like that. You know what I mean? I like that. All give them a clap. I tell all to give them a clap on here. We're talking good thing on the program. You know? You understand? I'm not pastor, I'm preaching, I'm giving all the news. Give them a clap on the program. And we must see the same for other areas too. Farming, farmers in agriculture, we want to see that there too. You know what I mean? And things like that. Anyway, let leader talk. Air conditioning, refrigeration, all the skills area and thing, we want to see that. You know what I mean? Anyway, let leader talk there. We're moving on. Now, speaking of NAWASA, We've been telling all you about valve regulation and things, and NAWASA wants to inform you about new valve regulations. You need to take note of this. You understand? If it happens to be your area that is affected, so you don't call the radio and say, well, I don't want water since, you know what I mean? You have to know what's happening in the country. So the National Water and Sewage Authority advises that due to significant drop in water production, the Munich water system will be valve regulated effective Monday, May 13. That's today. Please note, according to NAWASA, that the schedule they are providing in the first instance is for the period May 13 to the 21st. Be guided accordingly. Consumers, you are reminded of the need to ensure that there is storage to last at minimum 3 days, representing 35 gallons of water per person per day. You understand? And so the schedule is on your screen. All you familiarize all yourself with the business. And if for some of all the screen too small to read the business, what we're going to do is we're going to post it on the website too, so you can get a better look at the business. You understand? So see if your area is affected and what times, so that at least if in local terms, if water go, right? If water go, at least you'll be able to see or go, know that, hey, my area is affected. All right. So you have a Munich water system, and the place affected Tuileries. So you see for the days 3 p.m. To 6 a.m. Thursday, May 16, 2019. Friday, 17, 2019. Then you have Saturday, 18 to Sunday. So you have the whole thing there. As I said, I will post the business on the page so that you can go through it and see whether or not your area is affected. We have Tuileries, we have Marquis, Mount Carmel, the Bamboo, and Middle Munich. All right. Good. We are moving on. Olia, how we looking? So Olia, the next thing that we have to tell Olia about, boy, on the list, we know that the St. Andrew Methodist School, we were advised of the reopening of the St. Andrew's Methodist School. Well, Papayo. Well, hold on. Let me take it in stages first. You know, I like to take it in stages. Balance is key. So we must balance the story. All right? Good. Good journalism dictates that you have to balance. So let's take it from the beginning. All right? Now, prior to school opening in the St. Andrew's Methodist for this term, we received a notice that there was an incident where the structure for the water that held the water tank collapsed. It was further observed that there seemed to have been some issues with probably the land and things like that, probably, you know, moving or whatever the case is. All right? So school was held off. The ministry said that they wanted to have some meetings and so on, and they went ahead and had the meetings with the PTA and so and so forth and so forth and so forth. The last correspondence that we received from the ministry on this matter came on Sunday. What today is? Monday, right? Yes. It says that the Ministry of Education, Human Resource Development and Religious Affairs hereby reminds stakeholders that the technical assessment of the St. Andrew Methodist School facilities has established that all buildings on the school compound except building number 6 are structurally sound, and that all of the recommendations from the technical experts has been adhered to make the environment safe for teachers and students. Therefore, this ministry reminds you that school will reopen on Monday, May 13 at 8:30 a.m. as previously announced. The ministry looks forward to your kind cooperation in this matter. And so today, I was contacted by concerned citizen, a concerned parent who has implored on me to share with the general public the position of some of the parents of students attending the same institution. As a responsible journalist, I went through some of the stuff, had a few conversations, and think it's fair to share their comments. And they say that I'm writing on about the situation, and I'm not hearing enough about it in the media, which I think deserves some attention. I'm reading verbatim. It says here, I am a parent of a student at the St. Andrew Methodist School. I am sure you are aware of this issue affecting the school at the moment with regards to the soundness of the structure. It goes on to say that after the collapse of the water tank, school was closed and an engineer was hired on the 29th to give an opinion on the condition of the structure. It goes on to say that the report presented indicated that the structure was compromised and not safe for occupation by the students. It goes on to say, let me explain that the school is made up of two separate buildings, one 2-story and one 3-story, which are connected by a walkway on the 2nd story. Parents would have then put forward a proposal to the school, who in turn relayed to the Ministry of other locations to house the children away from the danger. The ministry would have declined all options, stating that the student body was too big to relocate. Subsequently, another engineer was sent by the ministry to give another opinion. At a PTA meeting held last Wednesday, parents were informed that based on the opinion of the second structure, second structure is safe, and the 3-story structure, which is referred to as Building 6, is compromised structurally and not safe. It goes on to say that in light of this, parents were informed that the ministry has declared school opened from Monday 13, 2019. It says that the building will be cordoned off by ply to keep the children away from the danger zone. It says here that I visited the school and it was not cordoned off with ply but galvanized, with which presents another form of danger for the students. The PTA immediately erupted in uproar as parents were angry and felt that their children were being exposed to danger. The parents were extremely vocal about their displeasure and again gave options for having the students relocated. Concerns were raised about the concrete that occasionally fall off from the building and that the children would still have to use the washroom, which is on the same side with building number 6, which shows the same signs of land moving and therefore compromising the structure. Hold on, we almost finished. It is important to note that the tank was on that same piece of land and the entire structure fell because of the land moving. The principal told the PTA that he would take their concerns back to the ministry. Parents indicated that they would not be sending their children to school on Monday as they were not satisfied that they would be safe. An emergency PTA meeting was called on Friday, which included the engineer and the PS, I guess much the permanent secretary. Parents were told that they understood the concerns and would get back to us. All right. Hold on. And that they will get back to us, right? I got a little distracted there, right? He said, we are still waiting on the promise to get back to us. I should point out that when the Ministry of Education and Engineer, among others, met to discuss the matter, they refused to have the meeting at the school and instead opted to have it at the church. Both PTA meetings were held at the basketball court, and it is a norm to have meetings on the school compound in the building that is being deemed as safe. We are all querying if the building and buildings are safe and our children are expected to occupy it every day. Why are meetings not being held there as is the norm? Today, there was approximately 160 students in the school, 81 of which was made up of CPEA students. The school has approximately 580 students. Our concerns. All right, and like I said, I'm reading this as giving the concerned persons a voice as they say that they need it. All right, so I'm going to forward the information as well to the relevant authorities for in the event that they miss the program, so that they can see what those concerns are as well. You understand? But you put me out in that talk. You understand? Anyway. Oh boy. Where are we going from here now? Next story we have to tell all the we ain't sticking all the shitty business. We ain't sticking. The next story we have to tell all the look trouble on the program. Oh yeah. There are a lot of opportunities that are out there for persons, for Grenadians. You understand? A lot of opportunities. So one such opportunity I would like to tell you about now. You guys would have heard, and you have another one about the United States. Hold on, I'll come into that. Hold on, we'll come into that. One of the opportunities I want to tell you about now is the Cane Coast. Some of you might have seen that on the program on the site. They are looking for farm supervisors. And they say that as a part of their development, that's Cane Coast development, they need to appoint 7 farm supervisors for the cane farms along the eastern coast. You understand? So they're saying that the role is to provide leadership for a small team of field workers in the agricultural tasks, including the thrashing and planting and weeding and harvesting and general maintenance. You understand? Now, to make sure that all tasks set by the area manager are completed in a timely, thorough, and effective manner, they would like to have you as part of the team. Now, to apply, they say that you need to send an email with your CV to Freddie, FREDDIE, at caneco, CANECO.GD, or you can hand it into the Caneco office at the Wester Hall Estate. And the requirements, none of big set of thing, you know. Right? And the responsibilities too, none of big set of thing. To work closely with the area manager, that easy to do. To ensure that all routine jobs are completed to a high standard, that easy to do. Sign in and out all farm staff members daily. Lead the team by example, maintain farm records, take responsibility for the farm's effective. I mean, like simple, like listen, man, yo, go and get it work. You know, some people say, oh, think hard and then get a business. Go and get it work, and you just go and get them people work because you want to make money. Then people have a target to meet, so you had to work for the money. You know what I mean? That is what they say. So, Olia, check it out now because I think it's a good opportunity. Yeah, it's a good opportunity. Speaking of opportunity, boy, there's a life-changing opportunity in the United States waiting for you. So we spoke to 2 individuals from the Caribbean Access Program CAP. We spoke to Mr. Raymer Clark, who is the president, and we spoke to Swen Shaw, who is the vice president of the organization. Now, they are an independent consulting agency. You understand? And they are about bringing qualified persons from the Caribbean Hold on, let me just take out that. Yes. All right. Qualified persons from the Caribbean to work in the United States. I'm telling you, I ain't making it up. And listen, it all hard. Now, we spoke to them about the requirements for this.
Sure, the Caribbean Access Program, it allows people from the Caribbean to come to the U.S. in a work environment, and they get a green card via the EB3 program, which is called the Employment-Based Program. The requirements for that program is pretty much to be able to, so it's for skilled and unskilled people. So if you have a bachelor's degree, you can take advantage of it. If you are able to do any form of carpentry or any form of skill, you can take advantage of it. And if you don't have any skills, you can take advantage of it. You just got to be able to speak English and read, and you can take advantage of this program.
I telling all you, I ain't making it up. You understand? Then people say, no visa is required. So for some of all you who have that concern, they say, no, go so, it's not so.
So if you have any criminal background, this is not the program for you. But once you're in good working condition, good working health, this is perfect. No criminal background, or also you have to be in status. So you can't have overstayed your visa or be out of status in any way.
So if you're within the U.S., you can take advantage of this, but you have to be in a legal status.
Yes.
So if you're in the U.S. and don't have a green card, this is an option to give you a green card and make your status permanent, make you a permanent resident of the United States.
And you don't have to have a visa either. This will take care of you getting a visa and changing your status from a visa holder to a permanent green card holder.
All right. And folks, in terms of how to apply, it's not very hard. This is them talking about how you apply.
To apply, all you have to do is call us at
470-356-0555.
Or you can visit it at caribbeanaccessprogram.ga and pretty much reach out to us via that email at caribbeanaccessprogram@gmail.com. Send us an email, we'll be able to reach back out to you and we can get the process started.
Yes. So caribbeanaccessprogram.ga, or email us at caribbeanaccessprogram@gmail.com, or call us at 470-396-0555.
All right, thank you very much. And guys, you can go ahead, do your own research about it, because some of you might be hearing about this for the first time. So you can go ahead and do your own independent research about this program and determine whether or not it is suitable for you. All right, we are moving on. How we looking? All behave all yourself now, man. What it is? Behave. All right, anyway, all yeah, how we looking for time? We have a thing to tell all you about, you know. We have a thing to tell all you about, don't play all the thing, you know. So here what's going on, eh? There was an accident in St. Lucia, and it claimed the life of 2 young men. We're going to tell you about that. We're going to also tell you about some other things that has happened here in Grenada as well. We're going to tell you about the honey trap boy. Eh? A young girl, so let me summarize it for you, cheated on her boyfriend with another guy. Her boyfriend is a thug. So the guy that she cheated with, she lured him into an alley and let her real boyfriend kill him. I ain't making it up. So she has spent some time in jail and they have deported her to Trinidad, where she was born. We will tell all you about that. And we have a lot of things to tell you about. Listen, fire services concerned about non-cooperative motorists. Again, that is a St. Lucian story, but we have to put it in context for Grenada. We will tell all you about that too. So listen, we have a lot of things to tell all you about, you know. So what I wanted to do now, I want to break. I'll taking a quick break, and then when I come back, it's a real thing and more thing. We go tell all that. Listen, don't play all the touching nothing there. We'll tie up. I'm coming back. Give me a minute.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for
for me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
Experience convenient and affordable learning with online and blended higher education programs from the UWI Open Campus. Access our quality assured degrees, diplomas, and continuing and professional education programs at a pace designed to suit your lifestyle. Ask about our prior learning assessment, which credits previous learning experience and fast tracks the completion of your degree. Own your future. Apply today. For more information, visit www.open.uwi.edu. The UWI Open Campus, opening doors to life-changing learning.
We all look forward to our retirement, enjoying our golden years with family, friends, and loved ones. The best way to secure an income during retirement is through investments, savings, and an NIS pension. Thanks to improvements in healthcare, Grenadians are living longer, healthier lives. These years also need to be covered by a pension to guarantee a comfortable life. Today you contribute 9% and retire at age 60. But as benefit expenses continue to rise, and with longer lifespans, the NIS won't be able to provide pensions and other social security benefits at this rate. To continue providing benefits, the NIS will need to increase the contribution rate from 9% to 11%, a 2% overall increase shared between you and your employer. The retirement age will gradually increase from 60 to 65 over an extended period. Let's put this into perspective. If you earn $1,500 today, your contribution is $60 and your employer pays $75. With a 2% increase shared between you and your employer, you'll now pay $75 and your employer will pay $90. That's only a $15 increase. These are the types of social security changes being made worldwide. In fact, Grenada has one of the lowest pension age and contribution rates in the region. With these small changes, you'll be able to continue enjoying all social security benefits and retire between age 60 and 65 with the guarantee of a pension from the NIS. If these adjustments aren't made now, then by 2035, the NIS will need to increase your contribution rate to 22.5%. So, what can you do? Support the incremental changes and continue with the solidarity of the Grenadian people. A little change today for a convenient, happy future.
The excitement builds for the Grenada Music Festival 2019. 3 nights of pulsating live music and great food. The festival kicks off on Friday, June 7th with Rhythm and Soul, featuring Freddie Jackson, Carrie Hilson, Eddie Bullen, Jefferson Ramirez and the Solid Band, and more. Saturday is Reggae Fest with performances by Busy Signal, Maxi Priest, Kamani Marley, and a special surprise guest. The festival climaxes on Sunday, June 9th with Soca Fusion featuring the All-Stars with Blacks and Teddyson John, Patrice Roberts, Was Ways, and many more. General admission Friday and Saturday $80. Sunday you pay only $60. Limited early bird, season pass, and VIP tickets now available at gotofet.com. It's the most talked about event of the year, GMF 2019. June 7th to 9th. Get your tickets today.
On Saturday, May 18th, Exterminator Movements present Ladies Night Out. Ladies Night Out. Going down at Caribbean American Barn Lawn, 1640 Nostrand Avenue, and featuring live Alma Boy. And Scorpion.
My boy, I disrespect you. You run that. If a girl a hype up herself, yes, you done
Your
that.
DJs Lady D, DJ Fire, and DJ Empress. The first 50 ladies get a free glass of wine. It's Ladies Night Out at Caribbean American Barn Lawn, Saturday, May 18th. Admission only $10. And we're giving back to the Selwyn Smith Foundation. Listen, Soul Vibes Radio and Local Vibes Radio 101.7 FM to win tickets. Ladies Night Out, Saturday, May 18th. Caribbean American Barn Lawn, 1640 Nostrand Avenue. Be there. Sponsored by Alouette Beauty Salon, Phenomenal Barbershop, Smart Cuts Barbershop, and On Wine Juice Bar.
All right, I tell all of us take the thing quick. All right, so Olia, let me talk about something. The whole issue of tragic accidents and so on happening in the Caribbean, Trinidad and Tobago, happens fairly often. Grenada, we have had 5 road fatalities already. Now, you would think that we have it bad here. But if I tell you that there are some other Caribbean islands, such as St. Lucia, who has been really struggling to get the numbers down in terms of road fatalities. On the weekend, 2 young men lost their lives.
Side told the story. The 2 young men on the motorcycle stood little chance of surviving. The accident happened about 8 on Saturday evening, with news spreading fast within the close-knit community of Granivier in Dennery. It was 2 of their sons. The aunt of one of the young men said the grief was doubled by the circulation on social media of graphic images of their loved ones dead on the ground. She wants action against such a practice.
Government, I don't know which institution, I don't know if they have to amend the law. I find when they have those kind of graphic images, people need to respect people's loved ones. They need to put some kind of order when it happened, that the police would just cover the body until the doctor pronounced them dead or something. But those graphic images, I think it's unfair to persons with their family all over the place like that.
The parliamentary representative for Dennery North, Sean Edwards, says it is a difficult time for the community.
I should take the opportunity to express condolences to the families of Jovan and Dexter, both of whom are from Grand Riviere in the Dennery North constituency. As I said, they died as a result of an accident on the Richmond Highway on Saturday evening. This happened early evening, somewhere around 8 after 8. At the time, we were having an induction ceremony for Hall of Fame organized by the Dennery North local government body or the constituency council. And it was during that ceremony we got news that there was an accident in the vicinity of the gas station. So most of us decided to leave the ceremony to head to Richmond to see what had actually happened. And when we got there, emergency personnel were already on the scene, namely the police and the fire service. And we saw 2 young men, well, one being treated by the emergency personnel and the other was on the road, covered, having succumbed to his injuries.
The uncle of one of the young men says he wishes young persons would be more attentive. Sean Edwards is also a former minister for youth. He says the time has come for a campaign to reach out to young road users in particular.
A few young persons are dying on motorcycles. A motorcycle is a very convenient means of transportation for a lot of young persons. It is exciting to be riding a motorcycle. There's a thrill that comes with it. But I think the time has come, given the numbers we see perishing on those motorcycles. I think the time has come for us to intensify our public education campaign and to try as much as possible to underscore the need for young men and women to wear safety equipment on those bikes.
The driver of the car is said to have turned down the offer of the emergency services to have him undergo medical examination to ensure he did not sustain any serious injuries. The emergency services says the idea of one refusing such an offer is risky and may prove to be life-threatening. Stanley Lucien for the HTS News Force.
And folks, speaking of the emergency services, what I'm going to show you probably would not happen in Grenada because I don't know. Now, in St. Lucia, a video started circulating that showed a vehicle, folks, listen to this, refusing, I think it was 2 vehicles in fact, refusing to give way to a siren. I believe it was a fire truck. Now in Grenada, one person got themselves in trouble because was it last year, that they refused to give way to the fire truck and the fire was heading to their place. I ain't making it up. And so I want to share this with you. I don't think since then, I don't think we have heard of an incident like this again. It was made public. Police made a charge as well. But Olio, check that out.
The St. Lucia Fire Service is calling on the public to stay clear of the roads when the emergency service vehicles are responding to calls. A video making the rounds on social media shows motorists proceeding with business as usual on the roads, oblivious to the sounds of the sirens. Station officer attached to the fire service headquarters, Jermaine Williams, says the obstructing of fire appliances may lead to further accidents.
The fire service is extremely disturbed by that kind of practice. And this is something that has been happening, I should say, from time immemorial. It is dangerous, number one, because you're actually obstructing a vehicle, a fire appliance, and that in itself can cause an accident, because the appliance at every opportunity will be looking to get past, to get to whatever emergency they're responding to. Like I said, this has happened before, but we would like to again use this opportunity to sensitize the public to the plight of the officers responding.
William, thank you very much. Right? I can't laugh. That's funny. You know what I mean? That can't be funny. Eh? Can you believe that? Anyway, the next story that we have to tell all about, boy, is the honey trap, where a young girl would have lured her young lover into a trap and have him ambushed, killed. I ain't making it up, you know. According to this article, a killer who led her young boyfriend to his death in 2009 has been released from prison after 10 years. Honey-trapped killer Samantha Joseph from Brockley, Southeast London. She was jailed for life following the murder of her then boyfriend. He was only 16 years. Shakilas. Only 16 years, you know. She was 15 when she was handed jail time for her part in the murder of her boyfriend. Now, prior to the sentencing, the court heard Joseph had met up with the victim wearing a see-through dress, and they later traveled by bus to meet what he believed was her cousin. However, once the pair arrived in the area, Joseph sent a text to gang members, or to a particular gang member, Danny McLean. She then guided the poor boy into an alley where he was jumped by 6 masked teenagers who beat him to death with knives and baseball bats. They say that the attack was carried out by McLean and his gang. The name of this gang was what? Shine My 9. After he found out that Joseph, his girlfriend, had cheated on him with the victim. So it was like a love triangle among teenagers. Obsessed with the thug, Joseph helped set up the attack on the boy who was in love with her. They say he was in love with her, you know, and had told his mother that he wanted to marry her one day. So he thinking, you know, that is his future wife, not knowing that she would eventually set up his killing, his death. They say that Joseph and McLean was both convicted of murder. McLean is still in prison, where he was sentenced to a minimum of 15 years. They say following Joseph's release from jail after 10 years, she had been deported from the UK back to Trinidad, where she was born. They say at least she's not been able to stay in the UK after committing such a terrible crime. Upon her release, a prison spokesman said that the parole board decisions are solely focused on whether a prisoner would represent a significant risk to the public. He says that the panel will have carefully looked at any evidence of behavioral change. They say they do that with great care, and public safety is their number one priority. In other words, they're saying that they are convinced that she's not a threat, or she's no longer a threat to society, and thus warranting her release. I don't talk. You see me? I don't talk. Eh? No.
We all look forward to our retirement, enjoying our golden years with family, friends, and loved ones. The best way to secure an income during retirement is through investments, savings, and an NIS pension. Thanks to improvements in healthcare, Grenadians are living longer, healthier lives. These years also need to be covered by a pension to guarantee a comfortable life. Today you contribute 9% and retire at age 60. But as benefit expenses continue to rise, and with longer lifespans, the NIS won't be able to provide pensions and other social security benefits at this rate. To continue providing benefits, the NIS will need to increase the contribution rate from 9% to 11%, a 2% overall increase shared between you and your employer. The retirement age will gradually increase from 60 to 65 over an extended period. Let's put this into perspective. If you earn $1,500 today, your contribution is $60 and your employer pays $75. With a 2% increase shared between you and your employer, you'll now pay $75 and your employer will pay $90. That's only a $15 increase. These are the types of social security changes being made worldwide. In fact, Grenada has one of the lowest pension age and contribution rates in the region. With these small changes, you'll be able to continue enjoying all social security benefits and retire between age 60 and 65 with the guarantee of a pension from the NIS. If these adjustments aren't made now, then by 2035, the NIS will need to increase your contribution rate to 22.5%. So, what can you do? Support the incremental changes and continue with the solidarity of the Grenadian people. A little change today for a convenient, happy future.
And so it begins, a journey like no other. Jungles so lush, they make emeralds jealous. Water that sparkles like diamonds. Mountains with more facets than precious gems. This is where good times are had, where love is strengthened, where memories are formed. And when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will never fade. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
On Saturday, May 18th, Exterminator Movements present Ladies Night Out. Ladies Night Out. Going down at Caribbean American Barn Lawn, 1640 Nostrand Avenue, and featuring live Alma Boy. And Scorpion.
My boy, I disrespect you. You run that. If a girl a hype up herself, yes, you done
Your
that.
DJs Lady
Just
D,
touched down in the airport.
DD Fire, and DJ Empress. The first 50 ladies get a free glass of wine. It's Ladies Night Out at Caribbean American Bar and Lawn, Saturday, May 18. Admission only $10. And we're giving back to the Selwyn Smith Foundation. Listen, Soul Vibes Radio and Local Vibes Radio 101.7 FM to win tickets. Ladies Night Out, Saturday, May 18. Caribbean American Bar and Lawn, 1640 Nostrand Avenue. Be there. Sponsored by Aloe Beauty Salon, Phenomenal Barbershop, Smart Cuts Barbershop, and On Wine Juice Bar.
Alrighty then, yes I boy. So we're on the inside, and folks, you know what time it is, all right? And so we have to say hello to all the folks who are tuned in online right now. In Trinidad, we realize that we have a huge fan base in Trinidad. Blessings to all. Only what we have right now is the national report.
Students at St. Andrew's Methodist return to the classroom. We get details to this story and more in the national report. With the details to the news for Monday, May 13th, I am Rakisha St. Louis. After a thorough assessment of its structure, students of the St. Andrew's Methodist School are back in the classroom. Part of the building had collapsed about 2 weeks ago, and the structural issues had hindered their ability to return to school for the start of the Trinity term. We get more details in this and more report.
The Ministry of Education has since worked with the Ministry of Infrastructure to ensure that the school structure was properly examined, recommendations received, and the scope of works decided upon for refurbishment.
Today, we are satisfied that when we acted upon the recommendations of the engineers from the Ministry of Works, securing the areas and access to some of the more threatening areas, that we are using the areas that have been passed as structurally sound to resume school activities.
The 2 grade 5 classes, which have been displaced due to these structural issues, are now temporarily relocated to the Methodist Church adjacent to the school. Reverend Rosalind Harper Johnson was present for the first day of school to conduct the General Assembly.
The church and the Ministry of Education have been working hand in hand over this situation here at the school. We have also started to make sure that the church environment is sound for the children to use. Their fans, their toilet facilities are available. There are just a few other little minor things which we are in conversation with the ministry about, and those are things that can be put in place as soon as possible, so as to make it comfortable for the children and the teachers.
According to District Education Officer Kathy Ann James, approximately 260 students, as well as their teachers and staff, were present to resume school.
We had a new step installed. We have toilet facilities by the church to accommodate the students who have moved to the church. We also are having persons within the community coming out to provide some sort of assistance. We are putting additional support in the school.
The new step was installed close to where the wooden school structures are located near the entrance of the school. It is intended to prevent students from entering the street to access the main school structure. The lunchroom has also been relocated to the midsection of the lower level of the main school building, and cooking is being done at the Home Economic Center next door.
Although we're resuming today and many of the students are happy to be back, there is still some level of apprehension on some students' parts and the parents. There are a number of students who are not here today, possibly because of fears still being present as to whether the other parts of the building is indeed safe. However, for the most part, many persons are happy. I myself, I am happy that we're able to get things back to a certain level of normalcy.
The teachers are working along with us. The students, we are hoping that the parents, not all the parents have sent out their children to the school today, so we are asking them that send out the students. We are trying our best. We would not put your students in an environment that we would deem technically unsafe because we have done all the legwork that we can at this point in time, because it is very hard to house over 500 children in one location in St. Andrew.
A PTA meeting was hosted for parents on Friday, May 10th at the Grenfell Basketball Court with engineers and senior ministry officials. Additionally, following today's General Assembly, there was another meeting with staff, education officials, and the Methodist minister, all geared at ensuring that stakeholders are informed and on board with current decisions. The Chief Education Officer, David Andrews, spoke about plans for the CPEA exams in light of the current developments at the school.
We are aware that there have been some concerns about moving the students who are currently preparing to write the CPEA exams later this week. We appreciate those concerns, but to move the students can constitute compromising their psychological safety, moving them to a new environment, a strange place. That we know over time doesn't do them well. It's probably better to leave them in a place that they're already familiar with, that they've practiced in. That would serve them better.
Meanwhile, work will soon commence for the refurbishment of the affected building. This will be done in 3 phases. Further updates will be provided along the way. The Chief Education Officer does not anticipate that there will be any long delays in this regard.
We're doing everything we can to ensure that the safety of our nation's children is not compromised. We won't compromise on that at all.
For the National Report, I'm Annette Moore.
Thank you, Annette. Post-Brexit and Caribbean-UK-Caribbean-EU relations are 2 of the major agenda items dominating the minds of CARICOM foreign ministers in Grenada for the 22nd meeting of the Council for Foreign and Community Relations. Foreign Minister Honorable Peter David broached the subject when he addressed the ministers at the Radisson Beach Resort on Monday morning. He says there is no doubt that Brexit will affect the Caribbean's relationship with both the UK and EU.
Statistics indicate that a significant percentage, approximately 21 to 23% of Caribbean goods exported to the EU is destined for the United Kingdom. Exports to the EU in 2015 has been put at approximately US $3.1 billion worth of goods, of which $718 million went to the United Kingdom. It is particularly difficult to predict trading arrangements with the UK following Brexit, as there is no insight as to whether a deal would be struck or whether there will be an impasse and no deal. Of principal concern is access to the European Development Fund, the EDF, which has funded many cooperation development programs in the areas of economic, human and social development, and which has been used by the United Kingdom to champion the interests of CARICOM member states.
COFCA is the key forum where CARICOM foreign ministers meet to reflect on regional, hemispheric and international matters. It is within that council that they strategize and coordinate foreign policy positions on issues of critical importance to the region. CARICOM's Secretary General Ambassador Erwin LaRocque says the implications of the withdrawal of the UK from the European Union and the ongoing post-negotiations will determine CARICOM and ACP states' future relationship with the EU.
Our meeting today will have to consider several issues as we formulate the community's position going forward. We are facing a world where major actors are showing a decreasing interest in a collective approach to global problems. It is an era where the multilateral architecture has come under increasing strain. Geopolitical competition in a multipolar world has increased, as well as the exercise of state power by the powerful to the detriment of international law and smaller states. CARICOM, as small states, must therefore rely more than ever on focused and coordinated diplomacy, bolster its relations with like-minded states, and continue to advocate for multilateralism.
Next month, the committee will host the 6th meeting of Ministers of Foreign Affairs of CARICOM and Cuba. This is the National Report. More news after the break.
The safety on our roads make this a major priority. Health of our people, a crucial necessity. Accidents happen when road users are either irresponsible or inconsiderate in one way or the other. Play your part. Reduce your speed. Be attentive. It is your personal responsibility. Let 2017 be the start of no more road fatalities. Be safe, be seen, be smart. So let's wise up as a nation, get to your destination safe.
Welcome back. Grenada will host a Climate Smart City Expo later this week, which is designed to assist the government in attracting more grants and concessional finance for the Climate Smart Cities program. The expo will take place on Friday, May 17th from 12 noon to 9 p.m. in front of the financial complex on the Portofino end of the Carenage. It will include a visual expo of the challenges of climate change and the potential solutions. From 4 p.m., the event evolves into a sustainability festival, which includes food and beverage and live performances. This project is being undertaken by the Ministry of Climate Resilience, Environment, Forestry, Fisheries, Disaster Management and Information. Grenada's receipt of $35 million in grant funding from the Green Climate Fund in 2018 represents the largest grant in the Caribbean from the Green Climate Fund. Grenada is now exploring with the Green Climate Fund a new and different project to make St. George's the Caribbean's first climate smart city. This has the potential to ultimately attract some $300 million in finance to Grenada. The expo is also designed to foster partnerships with the Carenage community, Carenage businesses, and key NGOs such as the National Trust and the Willie Redhead Foundation. That story just brought the curtains down on the national report for today, Monday, May 13th. Let's recap the top story. Students at St. Andrew's Methodist return to the classroom. On behalf of all those here at the Government Information Service who made this newscast possible, I am Rakisha St. Louis saying thank you for joining us. Until next time.
All right, thank you very much. And let's take a look at the weather, see what's going on there. That is our generic weather for now. And what you can see is that it is just around 28 degrees Celsius here in St. George's. And winds are 23 kilometers per hour, humidity 83%, precipitation 0%. The minimum temperature is expected to be just around, let's say, about 26 degrees Celsius for tonight. All right, guys, and that is our weather report for now. And let's just quickly, in 10 seconds, we run out of time, say hello to Sherman, Crispin, thank you, Crispin, Veronica, Noreen, Peter, Zaka, Wendy Ann, Angel, Moncarmel, Camille, Arthur, Khadija, Shireen, and Trevelyn, Nika, and Kirin and Patsy, everybody, the whole crew that's usually tuned into Mikey Live. I want to say thank you for doing Ezran. Big up yourself to her. And Monica, I see you there. And Hazel and Eunice, the whole crew. We're going to touch base tomorrow. All the folks who are tuned in via WPG10, all the viewers on WPG10, in fact, on Channel 10 or Channel 11, we want to say thank you for joining us. We have some more news for you tomorrow. God's willing, Lily Lolo. God bless you. Let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We all say, ja, no. Good night, everyone.